Let's normalize saying no with no explanation. The next time someone asks you if you want to do something that you don't feel like doing or don't have mental capacity for, just simply say no. Don't add no but, nothing, no, nothing. Just simply no. Because quite frankly, you don't owe anyone an explanation. If you say no, no means no. That's it. End of the story.
Stop explaining your boundaries. That doesn't work for me. It's a complete sentence. The more you explain, the more they negotiate. Boundaries aren't debates. They are declarations. Stop turning your no's into maybes by over-explaining. Stick to your no. And remember, no is a complete sentence.
I don't know why this is such a hard concept, but I feel like I need to... Why does this happen to me all the time? Anyways, I feel like I need to remind you that no is a complete sentence. Yeah, no is a complete sentence. You don't owe anybody an explanation. And you also don't have to say yes to everything that you're invited to or that people ask you to do or commitments that they want you to make. You don't have to say yes. You can say no and leave it there. No explanation needed. Okay? Love you. Bye.
So one of the biggest things that God is teaching me in this season is it's okay to say no. Okay? It's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to constantly say yes to things, especially when you don't want to do it. Okay? It's okay to say no. Especially to sin, especially to people that might drag you into doing things you don't want to do. It's okay to say no to family. It's okay to say no to coworkers. It's okay to say no to friends. We do not have to jeopardize ourselves, our time, any of it, especially, like I said, if it leads you into doing something you know you should not do. It's okay to say no to not go out tonight. It's okay to set boundaries, right? And the importance of having that boundary. And if we don't have boundaries, people, yes, they can walk all over you. Yes, people can tempt you in ways because you don't know how to say no. A lot of people backslide and a lot of people fall back into sin because they don't know how to say no. They don't know how to say no to their friends, or they feel guilty for saying no because maybe it's a people-pleasing thing. Maybe it's something that you're just used to saying yes to appease people. But remember what the Bible says. Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 says, "For do I now persuade men or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I still pleased men, I would not be a bondservant of Christ." We cannot please other people. And honestly, it's impossible to make everybody happy. The main person that you need to be seeking to please is the Lord. And if that means saying no, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but if that means saying no, say no. No explanation, no guilt, no shame. Like I said, it is okay to say no.
You know something strange about adults? We can run businesses, pay bills, handle taxes, but somehow the word no still scares us like it's a final exam we didn't study for.
No is a complete sentence. You don't have to over-explain why you're saying no. However, depending on who it is, what they're asking, and why I'm saying no, me personally, I like to consider the people that I'm doing life with because I want them to consider me. So I have no problem giving you my reason why I'm saying no. I'm just not going to over-explain it. Me giving you my reason would look like no because I don't have the time. I have another commitment. I don't have the capacity. I don't want to, right? One sentence. No, because fill in the blank. I'm not giving you a paragraph, multiple paragraphs. We're not going back and forth. I'm not about to over explain it to you because to me, that's too much like trying to sell you my no or convince you to accept my no. I don't need you to accept my no. The answer is still no. I don't need to sell you my no. I'm giving it to you for free. The answer is no. So once I give you my reasoning, if you don't accept it, that's on you. But the answer is still no. Now, if it's a random man who I don't know at the gas station asking for my number and I tell him no, I'm not giving you my reasoning because I don't have to. The answer is no. And even if it is family or friends and you don't feel compelled to give them your reasoning and you just want to say no, that is a full sentence. Me personally, though, I don't see anything wrong with giving your reasoning. You just should never be explaining and certainly not over explaining yourself. You don't need to sell anybody your no. You said no. That's the answer.
Someone invites you somewhere you don't want to go, and suddenly you're writing a 3-paragraph apology email in real life? Hey, I'd love to come, but my dog looks sad today, and I might reorganize my closet, and also, Mercury might be in retrograde. Just say no. That's it. 2 letters, 1 syllable. A complete sentence.
You need to learn to say no without explaining yourself. Sometimes you say, no, but you see. It's not all the time that you have to explain yourself, because if you keep on explaining yourself, it means that you're not confident with what you're saying. And people take for granted people who try to explain themselves a lot. But have you ever seen how CEOs and great people and great businessmen and people who make ends meet, in the society, they tell you something, can we meet up at 4 p.m. for this? And no. Why? It's not. It's just the way it is. I don't want to meet at this time. I'll meet at another time. And they don't explain themselves. This keeps your power intact. But to you try so much to explain yourself in everything. And you've just been in a situation of a business or a relationship or something. But then all the time you're explaining yourself, it shows some kind of weakness. Explaining yourself so much where not necessary shows a type of weakness. And this is one thing I've come to realize in life, that just say and mean what you say. And let people know your word is final. And they are going to carry you or to take you exactly the way you show them. People don't know what is in your mind. They only listen to whatever you give them. Even in a discussion or maybe something which has gone off from what you wanted, and you try to explain yourself, I will not be in this meeting, but these are my reasons, and my car broke down, and what happened? No, you don't need to explain yourself. Just say, yes, I'm not going to be in this meeting. Something came up. Boom. And that one keeps your power intact. I've seen this one happening and working very, very well in keeping someone always in power. And most people who are in power, especially when you read the 48 laws of power, it always says that you should hide your intentions. Hide your intentions, keep them concealed. And that one is going to make people respect you. Your spouse is going to respect you if you don't need to explain yourself all the time. You have come back home at 10 p.m. and, you've told her, there was something happening at work and I had to be late. Full stop. But when you say, and this file got lost and I was indicated in it and my boss I was arguing on me, then she's going to take you as a weak man. And what happens is, the more weak you're going to become, the faster you're going to lose her. Some men have been left in relationships just because you explain yourself so much. Think about our forefathers when they came home from a long safari. They never really explained much. They just said, thank God I'm here. Rejoice, guys, enjoy the moment, and have a good time with me. But they didn't really explain the nitty-gritties of what they were hustling about, which elephant tusks they were selling. You know, in those days, poaching was not illegal. All those kind of things, what happened in the bush, they never really explained. What they did was they kept their word. And having not to explain too much gives you a lot of power. And I've come to realize this, and I was just thinking about it, and I thought just to come out to you and tell you that in this life, if you want people to respect you, to see you as someone of importance, learn to say no and give no explanations, unless where necessary. And if you need more guidance or help on how to become a great person, to become the best version of yourself, you can talk to me. Go to my website, keithmwoki.com. There's a link on my profile bio, and I'll guide you through. You can as well book a session with me. There's a place right there, or talk to me on WhatsApp, or even join our membership group. It's a great, vibrant movement which we started to be able to help people to become great men and women. Have a good time.
But for some reason, we think no requires a PowerPoint presentation. And the truth is, it doesn't. Because the moment you start over-explaining your no, something interesting happens. People hear it as negotiation. You say, I can't come because I'm tired. Now they're like, oh, you're tired? Just come for a little bit. You say, I don't have time. They respond, it'll only take an hour. Suddenly, your boundary turned into a bargaining table and you're defending your schedule like a lawyer.
Hey, I wanted to stop in real quick and tell you that when you say no, you don't have to explain it. That's it. You don't just say. That's a complete sentence. No. Period. Okay? You're an adult. You're a grown-up now. Don't fall down. No. Don't give up. Wait a minute. You're a grown-up. Practice. You ready? Say it with me. No. How's it feel? Does it feel good? Ready? Want to do it again? No. If you want to be polite about it, no, thank you. I'll pass. I'm good. Why? 'Cause no, I don't want to. I'm back, bitches.
No is a complete sentence. As mature adults, we have to be able to communicate properly. So stop going ghost, stop sugarcoating everything, stop leaving people on red. Just say what you mean. Trust me, people will respect you a lot more for being straight up instead of wasting their time. But also part of that maturity is understanding that not everybody needs a full outblown explanation paragraph essay. No, I cannot come. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not interested. That's enough. Stop acting weird and just ghosting people. Just say no, dog.
Saying no is a complete sentence. Sometimes. The stronger your no will depend on the situation. For instance, if it has something to do with safety or self-respect, then it's going to be a pretty strong no, versus if you're trying to manage a relationship. For each of the following questions that you say no to, your no is going to be stronger. Can I give the person what is wanted? Is my relationship more important than saying no? Will saying no make me feel bad about myself? Am I required by law or moral code to give or do what is wanted? Does saying no violate the other person's rights? Is the other person responsible for telling me what to do? Is what the person is requesting of me appropriate to my relationship with them? In the long term, will I regret saying no? Do I owe this person a favor? Do I know what I'm saying no to? Should I wait a while before saying no? Answering these questions first, depending on how many no's you get, will indicate how strongly you want to say no and assert yourself.
Here's the reality most confident people eventually learn. Boundaries are not debates, they are decisions. No doesn't mean you're rude, it means you're clear, and clarity actually saves everyone time. Think about it. Would you rather someone ghost you for 3 days, leave you on red, or give you a straight answer? Most people respect honesty way more than polite confusion. Now, that doesn't mean you have to become a robot walking around saying no to everything like a grumpy librarian. Sometimes you care about the relationship. Sometimes you want people to know it's not personal.
You value your time, you value who you are, your well-being, your mental health, all of these things. And maybe there's a situation that you are dealing with or a scenario that you're faced with or people that you're around and you're not quite happy about like what's going down. You don't necessarily like maybe the level of respect that's happening, or you don't want to like deal with things that maybe you did or put up with in the past. Yeah, so that's me. And I'm actually at this point where it's like, I want the optionality to be able to make my own decisions and do what's best for me. I value my mental health. I value my well-being. And so I'm going to do the things that are going to sustain me. That's it. And so that's why there's Life in Two Lanes, where I'm building a business on the side. That is why, you know, my family comes first. Like, I don't understand going on in circles. People are like, you're going to have to be working 24/7 and bending over backwards. No, I don't want to, and I won't. No.
And I think what people need to understand is that no is a full sentence. If I tell you no, that means fucking no. I'm not doing it. And you should not feel guilty for saying no. You should not feel bad for saying no. You should not feel ashamed for saying no to anybody. Because no is a goddamn full sentence, bitch. Just like yes is. Yes, I will do it. But when I say no, I mean that. Now get up out my face.
Once you step out into the real world and you really start to understand life, you will stop being a people pleaser. You will stop. Being a people pleaser and a yes person makes you a liability, literally. Get out here in this real world. Once you start to conduct business, become an entrepreneur, be self-employed, govern yourself, you will start to see why it is so important for you to adopt the word no. No with your time, no with your energy, no with your presence, no about everything. Hypervigilance. Everyone does not have your best interests at heart. Just because people want access to you does not mean that you grant them access. I don't care who they are. I don't care.
I believe every woman should learn this, especially if you are a young woman entering into your 20s. Do not be afraid to tell people no. Do not be afraid to have boundaries when it comes to your self-respect and how you want to be treated. Because when you're a kind-hearted person or you are very friendly, you have a lot of male friends, people will try to take advantage of you. When I say people, I mean other women or just men in general. They will try to take advantage of that and see how far they can go with you. And it's up to you to say no and put a line or put a stop to it. Do not be scared to be called strict or bitch, because at the end of the day, it's how you want to be treated. And you teach people how you want to be treated.
So there is a 3-part formula in establishing what I call affirmative boundaries. Yes, at the end of the day, you should be able to give a no, and no means no, it's a complete sentence. But the function of affirmative boundaries are because so many people personalize rejection and they see your boundary as a form of rejection. And so this is a way to set a limitation, but also affirm the relationship during it. So let them know, I want to remain connected to you in spite of the fact that I have this boundary. So the 3 parts are establish common ground, express your limitation, and then offer your form of yes. So with my son, this is not a friendship context. With my son, at night he'll say, I really want a snack. At bedtime, he's asking 2-3 times for a snack. Well, something happens to him when I say, no, go to bed. Even though no is the answer, baby, I know you're hungry. I get hungry at night too. The kitchen is closed for now, but as soon as you wake up in the morning, we're gonna make sure you get breakfast right away. It frames the boundary as an affirmative. Like I'm saying my limitations, but I'm presenting it as a yes. So instead of emphasizing the no, I emphasize the yes part of it. If you have friends who ask you to go on a vacation that's well beyond your means, you would say, man, I love spending time with you guys. Like it's the best when we travel together. I'm not going to be able to make this particular vacation, but let me take you out to brunch when you get back so you can fill me in on all the details. Let's example number 3. If a friend is, let's say, kind of fussing at you when you guys are like smack in the middle of a particular conflict, then you would operate and respond in the same exact way. Hey, I want to figure this out just as much as you do, but I don't want to have this conversation when the intensity is this high. But because figuring this out is important to me, let's chat through it on Friday after the party. And last example, let's say friends are inviting you somewhere, but they're bringing somebody you're not really a fan of. The concert sounds like it's going to be a really good time. Because of our history, I don't think it's going to be comfortable for me to share the same space with Tiffany that long, but I really look forward to seeing you at Friday's party.
So you might say something simple like, hey, I'd love to, but I don't have the capacity this week. 1 sentence, no essay, no courtroom defense, just clarity. Because the goal isn't to convince people your no is valid, the goal is to respect your own limits. And here's the bigger life lesson most people discover eventually. When you first start setting boundaries, people might be surprised. Some might even push back. But over time, they adjust because people learn how to treat you based on what you allow. If every request gets a yes, they assume your time is unlimited. But when you start protecting your energy, your focus, your peace, something interesting happens. People begin to value your yes more because now it actually means something. So the next time someone asks you for something you truly don't want to do, take a breath. Smile if you want, and say the most powerful 2-letter word in the English language, no. No guilt, no speech, no TED Talk, just no. And then go enjoy the extra time you just saved, probably doing something way better, like staying home in sweatpants and protecting your peace, which, let's be honest, was the real plan all along.